which wasn't that good. But Westminster, he had 33 points. Sluy had 21 points. Hazelwood Central, 32 points. So he has been on absolute tear this week, and he's had an unbelievable season. And that's one of the games. That's one of the games that stood out this week. Beating St. Mary's 67-58. I'm amazed that they only beat them by 9. But again, St. Mary's has had a very, very solid season. Not a lot of people know this, but are 21-5 with Gary Johnson at 14 points, Xavier Clark at 14 points, Ronald Johnson 10 points. You had Jordan Boyd 23 points, Will Follick 10 points, and Ian Thomas 15 points. So those are some standouts there. Ian Thomas committed to Indiana State. Jordan Boyd committed to UNI. So they got a lot of impressive talent there. But yes, I mean, a lot of games that I was happy to see this week as we close out the season. This week,
big victory over Chaminade.
Yes, they did. Big victory over Chaminade. I was just going to say that 60-56. Muhammad Karama, 10 points. Johnny Jordan had 18 points. Absolutely went off for Vashon. Kane McCaskill, 25 points. Leon Powell Jr., 20 points. Junior only had 2 points. So did Christian Potts, only had 2 points. But still, heck of a game for Vashon.
Yeah, and then last week it was kind of a mixed bag for Marquette where they got blown out by Pattonville. They lost by 21, but 22 actually. But then they come back on Friday and take down McClure North 55-42, and that was a McClure North team who had beaten Webster Groves. So that was a really quality win for the Mustangs, and it's just Marquette's a team where they're just you really never know what you're going to get out of them.
Yeah, no.
You know they're going to play at a fairly good level at least. Then again, against Pattonville, I was there. They were just really, they played their worst game possible. But then on Friday, they got better, played a pretty good game against a good McClure North team right there too. There. So, and then, DeSmet, they've had a good week. I mean, that also included a 21-point win over Vianney, and then Francis Howell Central, a huge victory over Francis Howell, 67-45. Yes. Xavier Morrison, is now 1,000 point scorer for them. So congrats to him.
Congrats to him.
Yeah. So that I just know that it's a rivalry game. It's a big rivalry game. And that's a game that the Spartans typically don't win. So the fact that they only won and won with some style is pretty huge for them. And so they're going to be going into districts on a high note right there. And then funnily enough, they did lose to Health Central. They lost to Lafayette. By the way, Lafayette, they're a sleeper in the playoffs.
That's what I said last week. I said they're a sleeper.
Yeah, they've actually had a really good February.
Yes, they have.
And they're a 4 seed in their district right there. So
6 straight wins.
Real quick, we are in the playoffs in Illinois right now, and so there's a few pretty interesting games on Wednesday. Belleville East upset Belleville West 40-35 in the regional semifinals there. So that's kind of a shocker because Belleville West had beaten East twice this season. And those two teams have had, they're big rivals, you can tell clearly. And they've had some really big, some crazy playoff games the last few years. I remember 2 years ago when West, Nick Hankins, who's now at the University of Illinois as a safety, as a sophomore, he completed an 18-point comeback win over East with a buzzer beater to beat them. And then the other night, just 2 nights ago, East upsets West in the playoffs. And you also had somewhat of an upset with Mater Dei beating Columbia in overtime 68-65. And that's going to set up a battle of Breeze tonight at Columbia High School between Breeze Central and Mater Dei. That game I actually will be going to, so I'm looking forward to that. And then Alton had a convincing 18-point win over O'Fallon. So those are a few Illinois scores right there. So Brody, real quick before we get into districts talk, do you want to talk about the big hockey game tonight?
Yeah, we got Chaminade versus DeSmet right here on the Lou Information Station for the Mid-States Challenge Cup Championship. It's going to be on the Lou Info YouTube channel and is going to start, I believe, at 6:55 p.m. is when the coverage starts, Central Standard Time. Will DeSmet win a 4th Challenge Cup championship in a row? Or will Chaminade upset them tonight? It's going to be very interesting to see. Desmond Allman for Chaminade, their standout defenseman. Charlie Meinman, Jackson Fox. There's just so many great players on DeSmet and Chaminade I'm looking forward to see. And I'm excited. I'm very excited about this game. And maybe DeSmet pulls it off. We'll see.
these games get really good crowds. I don't know if a lot of people know that, but
They do. They get really good.
These
crowds.
championship games, even just the playoff games, at the games, the further you get, the crowds are pretty great. And so it's at Centene Arena or whatever it's called. And it's in Maryland Heights, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's where it's going to be at. We're going to have a camera there filming that game, and it's going to be awesome. Great environment there. All right. Let's preview the area boys basketball district seedings, as we could hear your audio on your phone a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No,
sorry.
you're all good. All right, so Class 6, District 1, Cardinal Ritter is the 1 seed, followed by Jackson at number 2, Lindbergh number 4, SLU 5, Kirkwood 6, Oakville 7, and then Fox at 8. Ritter has... I mean, you can't really say they come out of nowhere because you expect them to be pretty good, but they were at 1 point 1-6 early in the season, and then they lost a few players to just transferred away or just quit. But they've really figured some things out, and they are a really dangerous team right now. With I believe their record is 16-9 at last check, and they've won. I think they've only lost one time or twice in the second half of the season since ever since the Ramey shootout. They've only lost 2 games, and that was back in December 20th. So this team has a lot of momentum right now. Jackson, they are 23-3, so they've had a really good season. They don't really have a signature victory though, so that I think that's probably what held them back from getting the 1 seed. And then Lindbergh as a 3 seed, a really tough team too. So they're 20-5 right now, and I would say those 3 teams are the clear favorites. But the way that Ritter, whenever they have a good team, they seemingly do really well in the playoffs, and they find a way to work it out. So I'm just right now they would be my favorites to win this district.
Yeah, I think Cardinal Ritter's going to win this district with no problem,
especially with the momentum they have right now. Well, we'll see about that. I mean, because they're most likely going to see a Jackson or a Lindbergh
probably
team in the district championship, and then they
got sleepers.
They got to get by. I mean, that Seckman SLU game I think is pretty interesting there too.
Mm-hmm.
SLU had a really weird curse where they only lost by 12, but so maybe they can kind of play like that against Seckman, and then somehow against Carter Ritter. That could be pretty interesting. But yeah, I think we both agree that Ritter is the favorite to win this district here. All right, District 2 in Class 6, the 1 seed is Rolla, and then number 2 is Marquette, number 3 Eureka, number 4 Lafayette, number 5 Parkway West, number 6 Parkway South, number 7 Waynesville, and then number 8 Northwest Cedar Hill. This is a really interesting district because it's pretty. I don't know about you, but this is a district where I'm kind of going back and forth.
Yeah, I'm going back and forth between Marquette, Eureka. Could Lafayette pull it out here? I mean, I think it's going to be a Rockwood school. I just don't know which one it's going to be. Marquette is hosting it.
Right, and I think this is one of these rare districts where a 4 seed can win, and that's Lafayette right there with the momentum they've kind of been able to generate over the last few weeks. They've won 6 in a row, including wins over Pattonville and Parkway Central, and then even Francis Howell Central 2 days ago. So, I mean, Pattonville and, with all due respect, Parkway Central, I think Pattonville and Howell Central are 2 really quality wins right there. And then they also, Lafayette, they had a 1 point loss to Marquette, a 3 point loss to Lindbergh, and then a 7 point loss to North Kansas City. So, I mean, they've had some losses where they lost to some really good teams just by 1 possession. So this is a team, if you could just flip their record a little bit and just some other results, I mean, they could easily have 20 wins right here. And they're 15-9 right there. So,
we're good.
Yeah,
I know. We're good. We're good.
I think
live.
No, I know. I was checking out something else.
I think I will go with Rolla. I've seen them play. I really like Ethan Brown. He's one of the best players in the state.
Yes.
And I really like their starting 5, but Marquette is tempting too, but you're just not quite sure what team you're going to get on any given night with them. Eureka, they've gotten some really tough luck results over the last few weeks. I think they were on a 3-game losing streak. Barely lost to Webster Groves, and then they lost to St. Dominic in overtime.
Yep.
If they can hit their stride, they can win this district too. So I'm going to lean on the side of caution a little bit and go with Rolla, although I could see Lafayette beating them in the semifinals.
I could see Lafayette beating them as well.
Yeah.
I think the Lancers will.
Okay.
Even if Ethan Brown has 30. I still think Lafayette wins.
All right, that you're calling it right there.
Yes.
I mean, I do think Rollo would get to the championship game, and I am picking the win, but I wouldn't be totally surprised if Lafayette were to
Wouldn't
upset
be
Rollo.
either.
Yeah. I guess the more we talk about it, maybe it doesn't seem as much as an upset.
No.
Yeah, because we are in the media and we do control the narrative a little bit.
Exactly.
Right there. All right. District 3. This is a huge one. Chaminade at number 1, DeSmet number 2, Pattonville number 3, CBC 4, and then Hazelwood Central at 5, Hazelwood West 6, Francis Howell North at 7, and then Rittner at 8. This district is hosted by DeSmet.
Yeah. Still think
So,
Chaminade's going to
interesting.
win it, even though that DeSmet could give a valiant fight. I think Chaminade will win the district here.
Yeah, I do. They are my pick. It's really hard to pick against Chaminade at this point. And I mean, same thing with DeSmet. I mean, with the home court advantage, they gave DeSmet. I mean, DeSmet gave Chaminade a run for their money the last time they played.
Yeah.
And they split one season series 1-1. Ironically, they both won road games.
Yep.
So it's probably going to come down to those two teams. Although, don't sleep on Pattonville with Evan Longmire, one of the better point guards in the entire state. Really, I mean, the season he's put up and the production he's had. So yeah, I think we're going to have a DeSmet Pattonville semifinal game. And then even CBC, I mean, the way that they can shoot, especially Sorrell's playing lately, if they can, they're going to have to play their best game against to have a chance.
Of course.
So, but if CBC does play their best game and Chaminade, is a little mistake prone on maybe on that particular night, if that is going to be the district semifinals, CBC could potentially upset Chaminade, but this is a veteran Chaminade team, and I just think they're going to find a way to win this district ultimately there. So, man, I'm picking all 1 seeds right here, but I really could go either way in District 2 between those 4 teams. And then lastly, in Class 6, District 4 is St. Dominic at the 1, Francis Howell Central number 2, Francis Howell number 3, Zumwalt West 4, Zumwalt North 5, Troy Buchanan 6, Timberland 7, and then Liberty Wentzville 8.
I will pick St. Dominic to win this district, but it'll be very close. And I think that because Howell Central is going to have it at home, I think the district final between those two could even go to overtime. That's how intense I think this game will be, but I think Dominic will ultimately win it.
Yeah. Both these teams, I mean, it would make sense for that game to go to overtime because both these teams have each other.
Yes.
Split 1-1.
Yes.
So, and weirdly enough, they're coming off of upset losses. So, yeah, I think of that. Although Francis Howell, I'm assuming that they're going to play Central in the semifinals. That should be a packed crowd.
That'll be a very packed crowd.
Yeah, it's a huge rivalry game. Although you got to give the edge to Central after beating Howell by 22 points just last week. But it's hard to miss. And those two teams have split, by the way, too. So I think we could see an upset with Howell, but I think with Howell Central, you would think they show that they're the better team just last week with a 22-point win. But yeah, I'm ultimately going to go with the Crusaders from St. Dominic to win this district here. All right, let's move on to Class 5. And we'll start off with District 1. Not a whole lot of area representation, but I will say, so it's District 1 with the 1 seed being Sykeston. They've had another great season down there in Southeast Missouri, followed by number 2 Festus, number 3 Farmington, number 4 Hillsboro, number 5 West Plains, number 6 Cape Girardeau Central, number 7 Poplar Bluff, and number 8 DeSoto. I really think this is Sykeston's to lose.
Yeah, no, Sykeston's going to win this one. Remember when Mark Murray had so much hype, and then all of a sudden it's kind of dwindled recently. But he had so much hype going. He was at Cape Girardeau Central. Now he's at Sykeston, and it's just kind of dwindled, even though they've had a great season.
Yeah, he was a real Cape Central, and I frankly haven't paid much attention to I paid attention to Sykeston as far as their record throughout the season, but I haven't really paid attention to their players. But well, I guess he's certainly a player who's capable of playing at a high level.
He is.
Yeah, so I expect Sykeston to be there in the quarterfinals, awaiting on the winner of most likely one of Webster Groves, Vianney, and Westminster out of District 2.
What a tough district is that. District 2. Rockwood Summit's hosting it. Lutheran South, Melville, Pacific, Vianney, Webster Groves, Westminster, and Windsor. I have got Webster Groves winning this district. Vianney and Westminster have had a cause for pause for me in the past couple weeks, and I'm more confident Webster Groves, despite the loss to Chaminade. I still think the Statesmen will win District 2 here.
Yeah, So Webster, very vital that they got the 1 seed because they avoid having to play, Westminster or Vianney in the semifinals, whereas they'll get either Rockwood Summit or Lutheran North in the semifinals there. So, I mean, that should be a really manageable game for Webster there. But there's on March 5th, 7:00. We're presuming it's going to be a big game between Vianney and Westminster.
Yes,
whoever wins that, I mean, assumingly,
I think Vianney squeaks it out.
Yeah, they got a lot of firepower offensively. Westminster, obviously, they got Will Powers, and they're very well prepared, well coached team. So is Vianney right there. Vianney, they do have the head-to-head matchup over Westminster. That's a game that really could go either way. And then this is a Westminster team that they got a lot of playoff experience. I mean, they do. They went to the Final Four last year, so they know what they got to do. So this is it is a more difficult district than they were in last year, but they still had to upset Burroughs last year to win it. So it's nothing new for them. Against a lot of tough competition in the playoffs. So this is going to be an amazing district.
I think so. I
can see Vianney winning this.
Vianney could easily win it.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say it would be easy, but
no, I'm saying they could easily win it from the standpoint of Webster Groves certainly lost to the Chaminade this past week, and maybe they have an off night. I mean, it's not an impossible feat for Vianney to win it.
It's not impossible I agree with you there, but you would.
I don't think they're going to blow every team out of the water.
Right. Okay, but Webster Groves, they do have the most firepower.
Yes.
And they have the best. They have the best player in the state.
Yes, they do.
Atkinson. He's the best.
Oh, absolutely. Commend to Mizzou. Yeah.
Yeah, for 100%. So, I'm really excited about that. So I guess we're both going Webster Groves there. Okay. District 3, Class 5, number 1 seed, MSHSAA, number 2 seed, and the host, McClure North.
Yeah.
First time they've hosted the district since 2015.
Yeah.
Number 3, Hazelwood East. Number 4, U City. Number 5, Ladue. Number 6, John Burroughs. Number 7, McClure. And then number 8, Riverview Gardens.
Yeah, alert here for an upset here over MICDS. McClure North could beat MICDS here.
I'm actually picking McClure North.
That's a good pick. It's not a bad pick.
I think it's huge that they are hosting, and they beat Webster Groves at McClure North. So I'm kind of going off of that. And MICDS, they've had a fantastic season. They have slipped up a little bit in the past a few weeks ago. I know their schedule would tell you they've won 6 straight in a row. Well, it's been different. I mean, they beat Holt by 6, they beat Westminster by 6, they beat SLU by 8.
Yep.
By 2 in overtime, and they lost a really good Cardinal Ritter team and as well, 55-49. But they've had some really close games for my liking. So I think they just look like a different team. Just kind of ever since they beat Clayton, they've just been a little different. But it's still a really tough team to beat ultimately. And so is McClure North at home. And even though this is a McClure North team who lost by 12 to Marquette just the other day. But and then the 3 and 4 and 5 seeds are kind of interesting because Hazelwood East, they beat U City by 25 earlier in the season, but their record, I'm looking, I think they're 6-12 now.
Mm-hmm.
They've had a really poor end of the season.
They've
won according to their MSHSAA schedule, they're 14-12, but they've lost 7 of their last 8 games. They stand as the 3 seed probably because they beat U City earlier in the season, and then U City, they're 14-11, and they will rematch with Ladue in a game that they beat them earlier in the season 77-56.
Wow.
Yeah, but I'm still going to check that game out on March 3rd. It's one of the better first round games in the area here. It's a 4-5 game, so I'll be looking forward to that. So I'm going with McClure North. Are you going with them?
I'm going with MICDS.
Okay. I finally broke the trend of not picking a 1 seed. And
I'm not going to pick the 1 seed in District 4 if it's Parkway Central either.
It's not Parkway Central is the 1 seed. This will be Fort Zumwalt South.
All right, so I'll pick Fort Zumwalt South to win it then, even though Parkway Central's hosting it. I think Ryland Gardner's going to have a heck of a game, and Bulldogs win District 4.
Well, we'll see what happens there because the 2 seed is Holt, and they've picked up some momentum lately.
Yeah.
The 3 seed is Parkway Central. The 4 seed is Parkway North. The 5 seed is Zumwalt East. The 6 seed is Warrington. 7 seed Hannibal. And then the 8 seed is North Point. I'm going to go with Holt.
Not a bad pick.
Yeah, they have. They've shown that they got a high ceiling.
They do.
15-11. I know some of their losses early in the season weren't totally accurate because they had a few players that were, I think, injured at the time.
Yep.
And they did have some weird losses like to Hannibal, but they did beat Sykeston.
Yeah, they did.
Semifinals of the St. Dominic Christmas tournament. And then they lost to Orchard Farm by 19, but then they beat Orchard Farm a few weeks ago, 59-55 there. And then they had a close loss against MICDS. And I think it's a more of an open district is typically what you get when you get into the GAC St. Charles County area. So I'll go with Holt, even though Parkway Central, Henry Kolkel is one of the best centers in the entire area.
He absolutely is committed to Missouri S&T and will be joining his brother Oliver at Missouri S&T. And of course,
nice.
When we come back, we are going to preview more districts in Class 4 for the Misha Boys Basketball District preview. Will continue when we come back. And of course, stay tuned to the Gateway Sports Venue High School Sports Show on the Lou Information Station LawInfo.com.
You've seen this. It's brand new. Are you online?
Oh, hey. Oh, so you're new here.
All right, let's get cracking.
Okay, then maybe you should check out our website.
You're insane.
Well, you download songs illegally from the internet.
LouInfo.com. LouInfo.com. The Lou Information Station. 590 AM KLIS, Wood River, St. Louis.
Our origin story began.
When it's time to bring the energy, don't fake it, fuel it. Drink Thunder is the all-natural, plant-based, fruit-based, pre-workout drink that gives you real results without no sugar, no crash, just clean energy, powered by nature, and loaded with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that help you perform at your best. Go to drinkthunder.com and grab your favorite flavor, orange, mango, blackberry, lemonade. Drink Thunder, the clean way to power your workout. drinkthunder.com.
Hey, St. Louis, looking for high-flying action and grab your crew, hit the road, and experience a Grizzlies game night in Memphis. An unmatched atmosphere and star-studded NBA matchups are waiting for you just down the road on 55. There's nothing like Grizz game energy, and there's nothing like being here with 19,000 Grizz at FedEx Forum. Dive into the action. Follow the Grizzlies on social media and visit grizzlies.com/tickets to grab your seats today. That's grizzlies.com/tickets.
LouInfo.com. Brought to you by Brown and Crouppen. GetBC.com.
With your LouInfo.com news, I'm Jared Cirillo. Family members say they found a man's remains inside his burned home after fire officials repeatedly told him the home was empty. Relatives of Wayne Van said they entered what was left of his home on Ogden Avenue in Wellston yesterday after he didn't show up for work after Tuesday night. They discovered his body in his bedroom, quote, in plain sight. The case is being investigated by North County Police. The city of Festus stepped closer to building a data center. The city council voted last night in favor of hiring a consulting firm for negotiations with a developer, despite opposition from many in attendance. Federal prosecutors are recommending a 2-year prison term for former Missouri House Speaker John Deal. Deal pleaded guilty last year to defrauding the U.S. Small Business Administration of nearly $380,000 in relief funds. The Lou Information Station is streaming 27 at louinfo.com. I'm Jared Cirillo.
Now, louinfo.com. Presented by Home Bank. Member FDIC. Secure your financial future by opening a high-yield checking account today. Go to myhomebank.bank to get started.
Here's your louinfo.com weather update. Nice and warm today. We're going up to about 70. Should be sunny. We're in the low 40s and clear for the overnight hours. Sunshine on Saturday, although we do have a slim chance of an afternoon shower with a cold front dropping in. We'll be in the low 60s. A lot cooler on Sunday, low 40s and some rain. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton for the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com and the free Lou Info app.
All right, Cam, be honest. New Year's resolution still holding strong? Not so much, Kat. But I did decide on one thing that I'm sticking with. making home life better in 2026.
And that's a good one. And if better includes more fun, more time outside, and less stress, then you need to talk to Merrimack Pools and Outdoors.
Absolutely. They build backyard escapes, pools, patios, outdoor kitchens, the kind of place everyone actually wants to hang out.
And now's the perfect time to plan. Don't wait until summer hits. Start now, get it designed right, and be ready when the warm weather shows up.
Merrimack Pools and Outdoors walks you through the whole process from design to construction, and they do it the right way.
So if your goal is fewer trips, fewer crowds, and more memories at home, go to SplashSTL.com.
That's SplashSTL.com and make this year the year your backyard finally wins. That's SplashSTL.com.
Fast Track Auto Transport has been a trusted leader in vehicle shipping for over 25 years, providing reliable, affordable service across the U.S. Fast Track offers fast, safe transportation solutions for individuals, dealerships, fleets, and businesses of all sizes. The Fast Track team prides itself on honest communication, competitive pricing, and which gives our customers peace of mind from pickup to delivery. Whether you're shipping a single car or managing a large fleet, Fast Track delivers a smooth, hassle-free experience every time. Come see why Fast Track Auto has been St. Louis' go-to for all your vehicle transport needs for over 25 years. The trusted way, the safe way, the Fast Track way. Visit ftautotrans.com or call 636-677-9004. That's ftautotrans.com or call 636-677-9004.
Now back to more of the GSV High School Sports Show on the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com and on the free Lou Info app.
Okay, welcome back to the Gateway Sports Venue Show for our second segment of the hour. We will continue our district basketball, boys basketball, going over the districts in the area. We're now in the Class 4, and to recap real quick, so we think here's our district picks in Class 6. We believe for District 1, Cardinal Ritter, District 2, Rolla, District 3. Actually, Brody, who did you pick?
I picked for District 2. I actually picked Lot for District 2. You picked Rolla. District 3, I believe we both agreed on Chaminade. For District 4, we both agreed on St. Dominic, though very closely contested. Could see Central winning that district for Class 5. For District 1, I believe we both picked Sykeston. For District 2, we both Groves. District 3, I picked on my CDS. John picked the host McClure North. In District 4, John picked Holt, and I district.
Exactly. So, okay, we'll start off in District 4 in Class 4, where there's actually 96 schools and 16 districts of 6 schools each.
Yes.
This is where Clayton is the host. They're the 1 seed, one of their best seasons in quite a long time.
Mm-hmm.
2 seed Borgia, 3 seed Maplewood Richmond Heights, 4 seed Priory, 5 seed Afton, and 6 seed Gateway Science Charter. So this really should come down to Clayton and Borgia.
Yes. So it depends on who has the better game, Sebastian Bolden or Emery Warman.
2 really good juniors, 2 of the best juniors in the area.
Yes,
for sure. 1 and 2 of the better ones in the state. Those guys are going to have over 600 points
easily
by the end of the season. Yeah, and I think I'm going to have to go with the it doesn't do alum. It's not easy to say this, but I think I'll have the Clayton as the favorites.
I think the Greyhound. I think that home crowd adrenaline is going to give Sebastian Bolden that rush. St. Francis Borgia will have to travel a great distance to play
they travel
Clayton.
well. They don't worry about that.
They travel well. But I still believe that the Clayton Greyhounds, Sumner Ahern is going to win the district here and lead the Greyhounds. He's done an excellent job since taking over Clayton, and I think Sebastian Bolden is going to go off, though Emery Warman, I still think will have at least 20. I think Bolden's going to have a heck of himself, and he too.
Yeah, they need him. I mean, both teams need those guys to put up at least 20.
At least.
Yeah, I mean, I think Borgia might have an all-around better, maybe starting lineup a little bit more filled out, but I think Clayton's got a bit more depth, and for what they do, they have a lot of good shooters on their team. They're not really tall, but if Bolden's playing well, good. It's just taking guys off the dribble and then finding open guys because guys, I mean, a lot of defenses have to collapse on him whenever he drives to the basket. And then Demarion Burgess is a really complimentary wing or a forward right there. He's about 6'3", maybe 6'4", and so he's a very good complement to Bolden right there.
He certainly is. And District 2, why is Bayless in it? They got Park Hill Central, Herculaneum County, Potosi, St. Genevieve, and Bayless.
I think
it's a bit odd.
Well, I guess I'll take Bayless to win that.
Yeah, I'll take Bayless to win it, but it's a little odd. Obviously, CBC alum Jared Barnes is the head coach of the Bayless Broncos, but
Shout out Coach Jared, man.
Yeah, I love Jared Barnes. Great friend. And isn't that odd? They're not drafted. I feel like they're both kind of in that similar area to me.
Yeah, it's weird how Misha does that, but yeah, Bayless has had an interesting season. Like they lost to St. Mary's by seven, which is not bad at all.
No.
Then they lost to Northwest Cedar Hill by 3, who's the 8 seed in the I think Class 6 District 1.
Believe me, they will confuse you. They got an impressive sophomore named Brandon Wiley, who I've been impressed with. And of course, Gian Thomas, one of their better Broncos as well. So they have a bright future ahead of them, but I don't think it's their year to win a state championship by any means.
And then Potosi's the 1 seed. They're 19-5.
And they're hosting.
They are hosting, and I think Potosi beat Bayless last year.
Yeah.
So I think whoever wins the Clayton District in 4 with whoever it's like Clayton or Borgia, if they win that game, I think they go to the Final Four.
I would agree with you.
I think those are probably the two, if you combine, and those teams would make it that far there. So, or 1 through 8, yeah. So, all right, where's District 5? We all know that the big favorite to win Class 4, is Vashon.
It's Vashon, yeah. That's District 6.
They just played each other, so that's why.
By the way, they're hosting even District to District 6. I don't think
it's a good gym.
It's a great gym.
Yeah.
And that Sumner game, if Sumner and Vashon play each other, that old PHL rivalry, that's going to be packed.
I don't know about that. I don't know if it's going to be packed.
You don't have any idea, though. People have sentimental ties to Sumner High School, John.
I know they do. It's great tradition right there, especially with football, but I think a lot of people would be a blowout, so I don't think many people would come to there. But all right, Class 4 District 5, we got 1 seed St. Mary's, 2 seed Gateway, 3 seed Lift for Life, 4 seed Confluence, 5 seed Roosevelt, 6 seed Central Visual Performing Arts. Surprised that Gateway got the 2 seed over Lift for Life. Considering
that's surprising.
It's a pretty rough district for St. Mary's. Ain't
No,
tough,
please.
Huh?
No, St. Mary's. They're gonna blow this district out of the water.
I really think Lift for Life can be pretty good on their day. I mean, actually,
Keon Griffin. And if Keon, we have a different conversation.
St. Mary's and Lift for Life went on.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Lift for Life is underrated. I still think St. Mary's is winning it.
Yeah. I do agree. I do think St. Mary's pulls it out.
Yeah.
It's a journey to watch them play. Because there's times
Lift for Life's very young. They have a future.
So
they have a bright
Mary's,
future.
They're fairly young themselves.
I would say so, but Lift for Life's a little younger. I would say.
St. Mary's, they got more experience.
They do, and they're a second half team. Remember that BT? He's got that second half team going.
Yeah,
it's been a second half team, baby.
Yeah.
And the winner of that district will play the winner of the district Vashon is in.
Yes.
We already mentioned Vashon. They're the 1 seed. Arguably the best team is number 2 is Lutheran North. They've had themselves a pretty good season. They're 14-10. Actually, I should say they're 15 now. They beat Lutheran South. Misha's schedule's not all the way updated. And the 3 seed is Jennings, 4 seed Sumner, 5 seed Metro, 6 seed Normandy. But Lutheran North, they're a solid team, but it's all Vashon here.
That's all Vashon.
Yeah.
All day to thee, baby. Let's go to District 7, hosted by Orchard Farm, Lutheran St. Charles, St. Charles West, STEM Academy, and Winfield. I'm going with Orchard Farm to win this district.
This is going to be a pretty interesting one. This would be if they will play St. Charles West in the championship, this will be the 3rd time they played. And these two teams have had some pretty good recent history. Yeah. I remember covering a game there about 4 years ago where it was.
By the way, they're split this year between Orchard Farm and St. Charles West. They're split.
It is. Yeah. I actually got to see them play a few weeks ago when they slipped past St. Charles West at Orchard Farm. So that we can't officially say they're going to rematch yet, but it's
likely.
It's likely because Orchard Farm will play Field and Lutheran St. Charles, and then St. Charles West will get the winner of St. Charles and Steam Academy.
Jalen Edwards is now playing for them.
Yeah, for Orchard Farm.
Yes, Orchard Farm. Yeah, I'm sorry, Orchard Farm. Yes.
Yeah, he's been a big pickup for them, and they just beat St. Dominic.
Yes,
So,
that's why I'm picking Orchard Farm, because that was an impressive win.
I am too, and they already have Will Wolf, who's a really good player for them. One of their better players, I would imagine, they've had in their history.
Yeah,
for them, over 1,000 points scored, and just been one of their best players for the last 3 years. So, yeah, we are both picking the Eagles to win this one in District 7, and they'll play the winner of. I'm assuming they're going to play Mexico in the sectionals because Mexico, they've been a ranked team for most of the season. They're the 1 seed in District 8 there too. So, all right, do you want to go through Class 3 just a little bit?
Let's go.
We don't have a lot.
3. We don't have a lot, but we're
all right. Valley Park is the one. Actually, tells you how much I am paying attention to the smaller schools. They are actually already started playing, and so in District 3 right here, you got Valley Park. The local game, Valley Park's playing St. Pius X in the championship tomorrow night, 6:00.
Got Valley Park winning it.
All right, we'll go with Valley Park right there. Here, let's see. District
4 is going to be
District
Bell. What is it? Believe Charter, Bishop DeBerg, Kip St. Louis, McKinley, Miller Career Academy, and Soldan. Lots of PHL teams in here. Miller Career Academy is hosting. I'm going to pick Miller Career Academy, though this is like a toss-up. It's just.
I don't think it's a toss-up.
Is it not? It's just.
No.
Is it going to be Miller Career?
I got Miller Career winning.
Okay.
Soldan actually, they were the 3 seed and they beat McKinley.
Right. No, that's what I'm saying.
Miller Career, they beat Kip St. Louis 86-33 in the semifinals.
Golly.
So, yeah, this is at Saturday at 1 p.m. and hosted by at Miller Career, too. So they even got the home court advantage. So, yeah, I'm going with the Phoenix to come out of that.
To rise from the ashes and win the district.
Yeah, and I think Miller Career could go on a little run, too. I think with the district, the kind of the road they have over there. All right, Principia has already started district play. They took down Ellsbury 74-21, and then they will play Whitfield in the championship game at noon on February 28th. That's Saturday. Whitfield defeated Duchesne 58-38, and so it'll be Principia versus Whitfield.
Yeah, Principia is going to win easily. They're going to win Class 3 in their sleep. So
yeah, well, they should.
They
most
should.
likely. Yeah.
Come on.
So arguably the best team in the state right there, and one of the best in the country is Max Preps and a few of the other national outlets have been telling us all season.
What is GSV's schedule this upcoming weekend? Because I want to know where the camera is going to be for this upcoming weekend.
All right, so we got 3 tonight. I'm going to be in Columbia, Illinois for Mater Day versus the 2 Breeze schools there. To a regional championship game. We're going to have a camera at Marquette tonight where Webster Groves takes on the Mustangs.
Okay, and I think, who do you think is going to win that one? I think Webster Groves wins.
I think Webster wins, but I think it'll be a pretty good game.
I think it'll be a good game.
Yeah. And then we also have a camera in Mascoutah tonight where East St. Louis takes on Marion for the Class 3A Mascoutah regional champion.
I got Eastside winning that one, though, but it could be closer than people anticipate.
Hard not to pick. Well, I root for good games, so I hope it's close.
Yeah,
but I fully expect East St. Louis.
I fully expect East St. Louis.
Yeah, I think it could be. It could be. I could somehow seeing it being like a little bit of a struggle, but most likely East St. Louis wins.
Yep.
And so that's where we're going to be tonight. I might think about going to one of these, district championship games on Saturday, if my schedule allows me to, and then. We don't have a camera there, but Ladue Clayton is that's a game where Ladue has dominated for like the last 15 years or so, but I think I don't know the exact record because there's some years where they've played each other twice and even 1 year 3 times, and Ladue won all those games. But Fort Clayton beat Ladue on a buzzer beater. pretty crazy.
By the way,
game.
Ladou's record against Clayton since the year 2000 is 24-13.
And if you go back to like 2011, it's a lot more lopsided.
Since the 2011-12 season, they've only lost to Clayton once.
Yep. But I think the trend's gonna change tonight. Clayton's had a great season, and Ladou it's finally one of these years where Clayton is finally put together a pretty good team, and then they're going to get Ladou when they're down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it's finally happened. So Clayton's this is their best chance to beat Ladou in a really long time. And I know they beat him 4 years ago, but that was a game where it was kind of tight, and Clayton, they were able to get 2 buzzer beaters and some missed free throws by Ladou. But tonight I could see Clayton winning by double digits, but you can't totally count out Ladou because they do have Will Becker, and they have proven to put some good performances together. And Clayton, a few times this season, they've played well below their own standards too. So if it's a game like that, then you could envision winning, but Clayton should probably win tonight.
Yeah, I agree. Clayton should win.
Yeah.
Sebastian Bolden needs to get hot if Clayton wants to beat St. Francis Borgia.
We could say it. I mean, it's those two teams should be playing in the district.
They should be.
Championship.
They should be.
So you never can count out these teams. Well,
he's averaging Bolden 26.2 points a game.
I knew it was pretty high up there. Yeah,
that's a lot.
He's probably going to be Clayton's best ever player when he graduates.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, and he's got one more year. And by the way, this is a Clayton team that like 4 of their 5 starters are juniors.
Yeah, they're gonna be back next year.
Yeah, they will be. For sure. Okay, so that's really our schedule for tonight. Not a ton of games, obviously. Alton versus Belleville East in the I don't know who's hosting it, but 4A regional championship game.
Are you gonna pick Alton to win?
I am picking Alton to win. Belleville East.
Tomas Stampley about to go off. Is Ryan Howard healthy? I think he is.
He is.
Yeah.
He's been playing their last few games there. By the way, that Ladou at Clayton 7:00 tonight.
Yeah.
Alton Marquette at Roxana for the last 2A regional championship. Roxana's beaten Marquette twice.
Wow.
This season. So it's gonna be hard to beat Marquette for the third time. Marquette's 24-6, and they've beaten some pretty good teams there. Chatham-Glenwood at Triad. That's a game. That's actually a rematch from last year's super sectional game where Glenwood beat Triad in a really low-scoring game.
Yes.
But I think Triad's got the edge this year, though. I'm picking them. And let's see. Collinsville at Edwardsville for the Edwardsville Class 4 Regional Championship. I'm picking Edwardsville to win that one.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Belleville East versus Alton, 7:00 at O'Fallon High School. Pretty good place to watch a basketball game there. And then for Southern Illinois folks, I'll just throw this in there. It's a big rivalry game for the regional championship. Mount Vernon at Centralia, 2 top 10 teams in the state going at it right there. And the winner of that game, if Triad were to beat Glenwood, then they would play the winner of Centralia Mount Vernon in the sectional semifinals there. And then Brody, your CBC cadets they'll travel down to Cape Girardeau tonight.
Wow.
Central High School. 6:30.
Well, it'll be tough.
It's tough, but CBC should win that.
They should.
Although the games aren't fully scheduled. Well, they are scheduled. I mean, I'm just going to have to go through them. We could go. I would have to go back real quick just if we're going to preview games that I might go to for the boys basketball districts.
March 3rd is
that
next
Tuesday?
week? I think it's Tuesday of next week. Yeah.
Okay, so that's Tuesday, March 3rd. Those are the first days of district basketball for the classes 5 and 6 quarterfinals there. Seckman versus SLU. And is this at SLU? Yes, of course it is. Seckman versus SLU at 5:00. That's going to be an interesting game to watch, and that's going to be followed by Lindbergh versus Kirkwood there. So those are 2, interesting games. And then same day, 5:30 at Marquette High School, Lafayette versus Parkway West. Pretty good game there, and a 4-5 game in Class 6, District 3. I could see CBC Hazelwood Central being an interesting game. Hazelwood Central, they've figured some things out kind of down the stretch. It's a 4-5 game. That's going to be hosted at DeSmet at 7 o'clock there. And other than that, in that district, pretty straightforward. And then we got a Battle of O'Fallon, Zumwalt West versus Zumwalt North at 5:30. That's going to be at Francis South Central High School there. And then in Class 5, I'll be at this game personally, Ladue versus University City at 5:30 at McClure North High School. So, and then also McClure North versus McClure, that's a nice old rivalry game there. That'll be directly following the Ladue U City game. And then after that at 8:30, I think this could be a pretty cool game. Hazelwood East versus John Burroughs at 8:30. Burroughs actually just had a pretty, well, even though they're 6-20, Burroughs just beat Lindbergh.
Yes, he did.
40-37. How about that?
Yes.
Yeah. And they've been in some pretty close games this season. I know their record does not reflect that they are good at 6-20, but when Burroughs has it figured out, they can be a very interesting team to watch for sure.
Yes, of course. And of course, tonight is going to be Chaminade versus DeSmet at Centene. It is going to be on the Lou Info YouTube channel. So subscribe to @Lou Info to watch the Challenge Cup Championship game. DeSmet versus Chaminade. DeSmet looking to win their 4th consecutive Challenge Cup Championship. All Metro Catholic Conference teams in this final matchup. Charlie Mine and Liam Power leading the charge for the Chaminade Red Devils. Of course, both Charlie Mineman and Liam Power both were drafted in the Phase 1 of the USHL draft this past year. Colin Verardi leading the charge for the DeSmet Jesuit Spartans. He was also drafted in the Phase 1 of the USHL draft. Watch Too Many Men on a Mic for a deeper preview of the Mid-Stage Challenge Cup Championship game. I'm looking forward to this game extensively. And of course, other standout players for the Spartans, Rainey McNew, Dylan Groupie, and of course, Broderick Gilbert, and so many more players. And of course, that is tonight at 7 o'clock p.m. Challenge Cup Championship game. It is going to be a heck of an atmosphere there for this game. I am so excited. 7 o'clock p.m. on the Lou Info YouTube channel. So subscribe, tune in. It is going to be an absolute blast. We apologize. We are going to be live on the Gateway Sports Venue YouTube channel every single week, along with the Lou Info YouTube channel every single week right here. We're going to stream it every single week on Friday at 10 o'clock a.m. So we apologize for the technical difficulties, but it is no problem at all. We had an absolute fun time with you all this week. And do you got anything going on upcoming, John?
Yeah, some stuff, but I wanted to ask you real quick.
Sure.
Where were you when you saw Jack Hughes score the game-winning goal?
I was in my house watching it.
Yeah, I was in the hotel room, and it was pretty awesome. First time I ever saw USA win a gold medal in hockey. It's what I dreamed about as a kid. That's all I ever wanted.
First time since 1980. Of course, John plugged the socials.
Yeah, that was on my mind. I just love that amazing goal. At John Huff __, and then at GSV _STL on both Instagram and X.
That's right. And that is at Brody _Herman on Instagram. And that is at Brody Herman _ The underscore is after my last name on X. And at Brody Herman _ is after the X account. And of course, at Brody _Herman for Instagram. And of course, subscribe to the GSV YouTube channel. This is the Gateway Sports Venue High School Sports Show on the Lou Information Station, live and on demand at louinfo.com.